Hi and welcome to Java Eclipse of Student Result Management System. So let me show you guys how this works. We can reset the old data that we have in here, there, and enter new student data there as the student number, and we can enter name here, Felix. Let's say Kelly, and here enter course code, examination number, gender of Kelly, date of birth, he was born on the 15th of the 12th. There we go, something like that. And let's enter address. Let's say 7 Johnny High Road. And where is that? Let's say it's in Carlton Hill Town. And where is that? Let's say London. NR whatever. That's the postcode. And let's enter his grades there. It's a very intelligent student, so let's enter that in there. There. All we then need to do is click on the result. There we go. It's a second class upper student and the transcript. Okay, but we can also maybe increase this to upper. Let's see if we can get him to upper, and let's give that a shot again. Yeah, first class. Okay, that's how the system works. All we then need to do is click on transcript. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Java Eclipse development environment, and we put one of these together. Let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to Java Eclipse tutorial of student record system. I'm going to start by clicking on the file, new project, and there I'll just enter student record. There we go. I'm going to copy that and just use that for my other one. Now let's click on next, or we can just next. Okay, click on finish. Right there, that's the finish. There we go. Now let's go into our folder there and look for the student record itself. There we go, that's it. Right click on the student record and let's go to new. Let's select order, and what we need is the window builder. By the way, if you don't have the window builder, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube that'll show you how to reinstall your window builder. Okay, and now scroll right down, and what I'm going to be selecting will be the application window, this very one. Click on next, and there I'm going to give my project package name. There we go. Click on finish, and there we go. That's my system now ready. Opening up the design part. There, that's the frame that we're going to be working on. What I'm going to do now is right click on that very stage or frame itself, go to select layer or set layer, and I'm going to select absolute layer, this very one. Make sure you do that. There. Now the next thing is, if we come to the code here, the source, look at it, that's the design and that is the source. Okay, you can see the size of my window. Okay, that's the width and that's the height. But I'm going to change everything. Let's make the height about 600, and this I'm going to make it 1000 plus. You see, now we have 100 by 100. That is supposed to be the coordinate, but I'm going to make it 0 by 0. I want it to open right from there, so let's say 0. Okay, there, that's it. And if I click on the form now, you will see it is fill up the whole area. So if you want to see it properly, let's collapse all of this and collapse this as well. There, you can see it's fill up the whole area. Okay, one other thing I like to do is I'm now going to go straight into the palette here, and I need a panel there. That's my panel there. Good, let's just draw that panel here. There we go. Then we need, let's go to the border of the panel right here, and I'm going to make the edges of that panel. First of all, let's select line border. I'm going to make that about 12, and let's change the color of that very border. Click on this select color. Now we can then look for the color that we prefer. So I'm going to come in here. Let's look. I can't see the color of my choice that I have earlier. Okay, now you can see that. Okay, now you see the inside color. I'm going to change the background color. Let's come here. That's the background color. Let's change it to something. Okay, let's go for this. Yeah, I think it's the same color though. Alright, there. I'm going to now go inside the code. Let's look for these colors. That's the panel. Okay, this is my background color. So I'm going to change my background color to the color of my choice. I think I'll go for 176 224 and 230. Okay, if I go to design now, let's see. Yeah, that is fine. Now you see the edge. Let's change the edge. That's the color for the edge, this very one, borderline. So that's going to be 95, 158, 160, and you can see the thickness of the border here. There, right, that's much better and more pronounced. Okay, now let's come down here. I'm going to just minimize this because I want to copy. Just Ctrl+C, copy, and paste. Ctrl+V, paste it right there. That is fine. Move it all the way here. And one more, paste. That is going to be right down here. Okay, now move this along. There we go. Right there. Okay, so let's run it and see how it's going to look like. That is how it looks like. I think I might still have a little bit of room here. Yeah, so let's add a little bit more. That's 600, so let's make it about 620. There we go. There. Okay, that's 620. That's the height of the form itself. Let's run it and see. Yeah, I think that's fine now. Okay, now let's add some more components on board. Let's go to my palette here. Get it opened. I need JText area there. Yeah, click JText area here. Oh, you see how the JText area looks? That's not good enough, so I actually need to right click on that framework and convert it to set the layer as absolute layer. Then I can position the JText area how I want now. Move it right down. Okay, repeat the same thing for these ones. Set layer absolute, that's fine. The other one, set layer absolute as well. Absolute layer. Okay. Here I need some buttons. Click and drop. Add some buttons in here. Copy and paste. Now let's add some text here. We need and labels, and let's define the size of this. The font, the font size. Let's select this as well. Font size, let's increase the font size maybe to about 20 and make that bold too. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this across now. Need 8 across. Copy and paste. Okay guys, this is how the interface looks like now, but as for this address, I'm gonna have to change that. Let's change this object to text area. Yeah, let's paste it right here. And just reposition that properly. The text area do accept or allows multiple line, and that's just the difference, major difference anyway. Okay, that's fine. Text area. Now I'm going to change details on these ones. First of all, let's change the font to something a little bit more readable. Maybe like 28. There we go. Okay, let's just add one more button. Just paste that somewhere. Undo that. That's not what I want. I want a button. Copy and paste. There. And change the details of these buttons to this one is going to be, let's go for exit. And the variable name will be btn exit as well. Yeah. And let's change this one to print to reset. Once that is done, it actually defaults the variable names anyway. Yeah, that's fine. That's why I like this system. Then let's go for maybe print here, and that will be defaulted back to print. And this one, I'm going to call this transcript. And here, let's call this one maybe result. There. And that's all variable details. But this one thing, because it's the first one, change that to default to reset. Okay, if I run it now, save and run. There. Alright, let's start with a bit of coding. I'm going to start with this first. This and this. So come in here, come right down here, double click on exit, and right here are the lines of code for exit. So have a good look at it. Let's go back here and double click on reset. Reset right there. I'm going to use one single code, and here guys, those are my lines of code for declare. Instead of using set text, no, I've actually used for loop to clear all of the text box. And again, this very one, this is for my, that is for my J transcripts right here. This one is called J transcript. Oh, one other one, that will be address. Let's change that to J address. JTXT address. So I'm gonna have to enter that one, that very one as well, because in the case of that very one, it is. Let's double click and just paste that there. Copy this. There we go. So all these other ones will take care of the text field. Alright. And I'm going to do something. You see all these text field, because they have no name, I'll give them a name as well. So this one is going to be like JTXT ranking. Okay, I think average need a name as well. JTXT average. In any case, the code for them are all taken care of. Yeah. Okay, so let's run it and enter something in there and you guys see what I'm talking about. Let's enter whatever here. This should be numeric values. And maybe here as well. Reset, you see that, so that is fine. Exit, no. Exit, yes, that works good. Alright, let me just show you guys the lines of code again. Those are the lines of code for resets, so have a good look at it from here down here. Alright, using a for loop that recognizes the components and whatever component we have that is inside JSwing. And if the object is JField, that's it. I'll be taken care of. It is set the value to nothing. Okay, from here down here. And exits. Take a good look at the exit as well, right here. Alright, let's go for, I think the next one here. Let's go for print. Double click on print. Alright. Here are the lines of code for the print. Okay, so I'm going to run it now. Let's try out this print. Click on print and there, guys. That is fine. Close that. Now you see this very one. Let's add some. Let's come to the combo box and add a course code. We're just going to make that up. Come to where we have model, click on that, and I'm going to make that up. So let's say year 0, that might be the foundation year. Then we have year 1, year 2, and final year. So if you don't have the entering requirement, you might start from here. If you have the entering requirement, you start from there. Okay, that is fine. Now let's take care of the transcript. Double click on the transcript. Okay, right here inside the transcript, we don't have to make that up. So let's say JTXT transcript. JTXT transcript. Let's clear out whatever we have in it. Right there. There. Okay, we've cleared it out. So now let's append something in there. JTXT transcript dot append, which means we have to add something, or we should add something. So the first statement, let me say student. That would be my, like the title, student result recording system. Recording system. There, and I'm going to enter \n, which means new line. Okay, let's say plus, and let's just enter a line there. Okay, let's hope that line is not too long. New line there, plus, let's go for student ID. Let's say, I'll get rid of this, and this is going to be student ID. Okay, let's come down here, put a bracket so that those errors will disappear. Alright, student ID, column, and that is going to be tab plus, let's say JTXT student ID dot get whatever value we have in there. Okay, I'm going to speed this up now that you guys get the whole idea. Get rid of this and I'll get back to you shortly. And right here, guys, from here down here, that's my transcript for the student. Okay, now let's come back in here and let's take care of the big one, this very one. Double click on results. I think maybe we should even try this thing out before we take care of that of the results. Okay, supposing we have something in here and that's the name, exam number, date of birth, address. I'm going to prevent this from accepting something more than 100, so I have to do that as well. Okay, we click on transcript. There we go. The transcript is fine. Good. I'm going to exit. Yes, and let's go to the results. Double click on result. First thing, let's increase the font size of this to 18. Here, make that 18. And I'm going to make this 18 as well. I may have to realign some stuff in there. It's 13 for now. Let's go for 18. We can always readjust. Okay, double click on result. Right here inside the results, we have no choice but to declare. Let's declare an array. You don't have to, but I want to declare an array. This is how you declare an array in Java. Okay, so create an object and set the value to whatever you want. So that is my array, value already set to 14, and here R0 is going to be double dot. Okay, it's now giving me, let's say, double dot pass double, and in there is going to be JTXT mass dot get text, enter parentheses and close that. So that is the very first one. In total I have eight units, so I'm gonna just copy it across and change the name around. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. So this one is going to be English. That's the name of that, and change this one to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 and 7, and this is going to be biology. I have computing here. I have, I think, maybe chemistry, I believe. Yeah, you can make up your own subject. This is a random subject as physics, and here is add mass. There, and finally I have business here. Okay, so those are all the subjects taken care of. They are now assigned, all the results are now assigned into the arrays. Now I'm going to declare array number 8. Array number 8 will carry out all the calculation for me. So down here that will be array number 8, and here let's say array number 1, 0, let's say 0 plus 1 is, let's enter a column there, and the next one is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's change it. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So I'm going to find the average of these, just divide that by 8. That should give us the average. Now array number 9. So array number 9 is going to be, in fact, all of these. Let's just add up all of these, paste it there, enter a column there, change this one to 9. So that is array number 9. Now let's do something. We now need to assign them. So I'm going to say string average equals string dot format. And what am I formatting? Let's put that in. Okay, that's 0f, comma, and that's going to be array 8. Okay, bring this up. That should be square brackets, not the curly one. Okay, that's the first one taken care of. Now the next one is going to be for the, let's assign this into, okay, jtxt average dot set text, and the text we're setting is average. There we have the answer in there. Okay, now come in here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to change the details. I'll change the details to that of total. So let's call this total score. Total score. Yeah, and change all of this. I believe the name is also total score. Let's bring it here. Bring this here and change this to array number 9. There we go. Now we need to write some lines of code for the ranking, but before that let me run it so that you guys see how it looks like for now. Okay guys, now let's try this out. Just select whatever unit there or whatever course code and give this a value. Alright, now enter. There we go, but there's no ranking. Okay, but one other thing is, look here, if I enter, I can enter more than 100 there, and that means that is wrong. And here I can also enter values, so maybe I should prevent the user from being able to enter value here. Okay, let's clear or reset and exit. Yeah, back in here. Okay, first thing first, you see these 3 objects here. I'm going to disable them so that you cannot, or so that the user won't be able to enter anything in there. So enable No, they are all disabled now. You see they grayed out. So when we run it, this is what's going to happen. The user won't be able to enter anything in here. So though the text content will look a little bit blurry, but it's alright. That is it, because when we print out the transcript, we get the whole details here. Okay, this is how the transcript itself looks like now. So like the mass, we need to move that over there. Okay, that's not too bad. So for the mass, let's double click on that transcript and just add one indentation there, tab there, I mean. Okay, back in here. Alright, let's continue with our result. Double click on the result. Alright, right underneath here, we're going to enter some lines of code to determine your grading categorization, if it's first class, second class, or whatever. So let's come in here. There we'll use an if statement to justify that. So I'm going to enter an if statement here. So let's put a bracket with a comment there. I'm just going to call that ranking. Okay, broken line with a ranking, and there the first ranking is going to be as a if r9 if r9 is greater than and equals to 700, there, then this is what I want the system to do. Get rid of this and move this in. If it's greater than and equals to 700, then the ranking JTXT ranking dot set text, and in this case it's going to be first class. Okay, there. Right, that's the very first one. Now we can just copy this across. Copy, come right down here, paste. If it is 600, that is going to be 2i. That's how it's written. So second class upper. Okay, so the next one is paste that, and this is going to be if is 500. Okay, then above 500, that is going to be second. Let's say second class lower. Let's hope I will have enough room for that, and we can change this one to second class upper. Else we're gonna have to change the look. Alright, let's go for the next one. In the first place, let's get this indented. Now the next one is going to be for third class. Indent. Third class, that will be 400. And change this one to third class. Get rid of that. And what about the others? and this is going to be certificate for higher education, and that will be 300. Okay, so let's use another if statement. You can use else if, the choice is yours. You can change it all to else if you want. If this doesn't work well, I'll change it to else if, and this will be a failure. There, fail. Okay, have a good look at the lines of code using ifs. There. Okay, let's run it first. If it doesn't work as I want, then I'll change it to else if. Let's check our first class first. Okay, that's a fail. Alright, that's not good enough. Let's see. Okay, let's use else if. Alright guys, I've changed it all to else if. Take a good look at it. Okay, the if statement, then the rest is else if. So let's try the else if out. Okay, now come in here, enter. Okay, let's go for something that will give us first class as well. Alright, check that out. Yeah, first class. Now let's reduce this to maybe, let's see what's gonna happen here. Second class lower. Let's see if we can get second class upper. Second class upper. That is good. Now let's come in here and change that to, maybe we can get something lower to third class. Very good. Now let's see if we can fill this guy. Certificate of higher education. What about failure? That's a fail. So it's working the way I want, guys. Look at that. That is very good. Alright, but one thing, there's a problem. Look at that. We shouldn't be able to enter more than, more than 100 on each text box. So let's do something about that. See back in here. Okay, so let's come right down here. I'm gonna have to break it up. Let's enter another broken line there, another comment, and this comment is going to be, let's just say less than 100, right down here. Okay, right down here, all I want to try and achieve is to make sure it's not more than the data in there in R9. Let's say R1, sorry, R1 is not more than 100, so greater than 100. Enter a curly braces there. If it's more than 100, then we want it to clear, because R1, that is for the mass, this one. So I'm going to copy that, come right down here. Now the data we have in here, let's change that, clear it off. And we also need to set focus. It's called request focus. Dot request focus. Enter there. And I might as well clear all of my boxes here. Let's clear this, in fact all of them. I'm just going to copy that and just delete what I have to delete. Okay, let's clear this. We don't need this here. And this, we have to clear it. And we also need to clear this very one. We have to clear this ranking. Clear the ranking as well. There we go. Right. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for the next one, and the next one this time around is going to be R2, using if statement as well for that one. R2, because they are all individual. R2 is English. If that is English, and if this is English as well. There we go. R2 taken care of. Now R3, that is biology. R3. And here as well. B. Now we're almost there anyway. The next one, that's going to be R4, array number 4. And in the case of array number 4, what do we have in there? There is computing, then after that we have chemistry. Computing. I'm computing here. And this, copy. Correct this error first. Oops, undo that. Here. Alright, the next one is chemistry. Copy. Paste. That's 5. It's chemistry. Right. And followed by physics. That's 6. Alright, and finally it's business. Business there, and business here, and here is 7. There. So with those line of code, they should be able to validate the input you have on each text box. So have a good look at those codes, and we now try it out to make sure it works the way we expect. And there we go. That's everything we have inside the result button. Okay, have a good look at it from here and down here. You can always pause the video. And for those of you who are my members, you can always put in a request for these codes. And for you to be a member of the channel, all you need to do is to pay £4.99 to be a member. There are a lot of benefits if you're a member. So let's run it and see how it works. Now student details. Student ID details. Now the student name, let's say the student name is, hey, let's use Paul Parker. And let's say it's a final year student exam number. Let's change it. It looks too similar. Still a little bit similar. Okay, gender is male. I think we should have used combo box here. and date of birth. Address of Parker. That's the number 1. Q80 Lane. London. SE. There. And let's enter his grades. What an intelligent guy. That's very good. There we go. There we go. Look at that. First class. Transcript. A very intelligent student. And there, let's print it out. There. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. But I need to do one final thing. You see, gender. Let me change that to combo box. Then we can call it the end of this program. Let's first of all come right down here. That is the gender. I'm going to delete the gender and copy this very one copy. Paste it there. Right there. Now let's go to model and just change that to female. Okay, be a gentleman. Female first and male below. That's good. There. Or we can do one thing. Come in here, give them the option to select. There. There's nothing in there, and repeat the same thing here. Just tab down. There. So there's no default whatever in there, so that mistakes will not be made. Okay, let's run it again. Now, student name, and this time around is, let's say the name is Alan Moore. Course code there. Okay, second year students. Exam number. And Alan is male. Date of birth for Alan 18 of this, and the address 45. Let's say Carlton Lane. West. Let's say West End. JJ, whatever. Okay, enter his details there. It's grading details. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen with that excess value there. So we'll try that out. And there. Okay, let's see. Click on that. See that? I think there's an excess value in there as well. Let's see. That might be a mistake. Okay, we need to check that out. Let's say I have excess there. What about the next one? Okay, let's check the code and see what must have gone wrong. Go back in there. Okay, I think it's sorted now. Let's see. Yeah, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, the error was I have 2 of those arrays. Okay, now let's try this out. Let's say we have more than as expected there. And here. Okay, there we go. You see those two? Let's get rid of those two. Let's enter a value in there. Okay, let's make another mistake here. Yeah, that's how it's meant to work. That is fine. So we can get the results. Second class upper. Let's enter the details of this candidate, and the name of this very candidate is, let's say, Sally South End. Sally, she's in final year, second class upper, that's good. Exam number, and Sally is female. Date of birth of Sally 70119999. Address of Sally South End is number 34 3 Good Lane, and let's say York. Right, so that's our details, postcode, that's it. So let's get a transcript and print this out. There, you see that, guys, and the system works as expected. So for you to be a member, please, all you need to do is to pay £4.99, and you'll be a member of this channel, and I'll be very happy to send you this code. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe and join to be a member. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.